Every year, critics put out a list of their most anticipated films. Since I care more about animation than live action, here's my list of my most anticipated animated films of 2016. Oh, and I checked, and currently there's at least 47 animated films slated to come out worldwide this year. Most of them are CGI, sadly. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate CGI, but it's my third favorite form of animation behind 2D and stop motion. However, some of the films on my list are a combination of styles. Also, I do understand that most of these films won't be released in North America. Maybe only about 15% will. So, let's get started. First up, The Red Turtle. It would appear Studio Ghibli's demise has been greatly exaggerated. The Red Turtle is a collaboration with Studio Ghibli and Francis Wild Bunch Studio. It's going to be a wordless film and is about a man who is stranded on an island with large animals. Considering the experimental nature of the film, the question isn't if it will receive a wide release in the US, but will it receive a wide release anywhere? Shaun the Sheep was successful, but that was a comedy. I wonder how a drama will be received. Next, The Long Way North. It's also hand-drawn. The story takes place in 19th century Russia. A young lady goes searching for her missing adventurer of a grandfather. Not much has been revealed about the plot other than that, but based on images released so far, it appears to be a coming-of-age action adventure. It has been screened, however, by various animation studio officials from Pixar, DreamWorks, Paramount, Laika, and Disney, and it's received a whole lot of positive reviews. So if those studios see something in this film, I think the general public should check it out as well. And next is Sausage Party, which could possibly be the first and, as far as I know, only R-rated CGI film. And since 2D animation is dead in America and stop motion only has a presence about one film every other year, this could open doors to a different type of CGI animated film, if it's successful. Probably not though. The film tells the story of a sausage trying to make his way back to the supermarket for the 4th of July sale. Just based on the one picture we have of the film animation so far, the animation appears to be pretty average, so the quality of the story will have to save this movie. Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg came up with the story, so drug humor will be prevalent most likely. This could be a game changer, or it could be just another food fight. The next is a stop motion film called Kubo of the Two Strings from Studio Laika. The story is about the main character Kubo caring for his mother, and he runs into a spirit and a years-old grudge is reborn. He has to find a special armor in order to battle against various monsters and gods. This is Laika's first original film since Paranorman, so it will be interesting to see what they do when they're not trying to adapt an already existing source material. Well, based on the teaser trailer, this could be their best looking movie yet. The next film is called Loving Vincent. Not much is known about the film, but what we do know is it will be an autobiographical film about Vincent van Gogh and will be told entirely by his paintings and some CGI. It's being produced by Breakthrough Productions and Trademark Films. I imagine this isn't a film little kids would see, but it may be good for late teens as a way to get them more interested in the visual arts and the people that create them. Next is a hand-drawn film called April and the Extraordinary World. This film is being pegged as a dystopian steampunk sci-fi story set in 1941 Paris. It follows a girl searching for her parents. Wackiness ensues. There isn't a set date yet, but it's currently being scheduled for a 2016 release. Marion Cotillard is already part of the voice cast. The character designs remind me a bit of Urasawa Naoki from Monster, Pluto, and Yara the Karai Girl fame. This is based off of a graphic novel by French writer and artist Jacques Tardy. And the original name for the graphic novel was April and the Twisted World. I wonder why they changed the name. Oh well. The next film is Another Day, Another Life. It's going to be a CGI live action mix. This is an animated documentary. Think of Walk with Bashir. It's based off of a non-fiction book covering 3 months of the Angola Civil War in 1975. I imagine the filmmakers CGI'd over documentary footage Think about it as rotoscoping. I wondered, could this film get nominated for an Oscar in multiple categories, like documentary, animation, and Best Picture? Something to think about. Next is the fully CGI animated film, Howard Lovecraft and the Frozen Kingdom. It's adapted from a graphic novel by Bruce Brown. Young Howard Lovecraft, while visiting his father, is thrown into a weird frozen world. The movie will contain aspects of H.P. Lovecraft's life and stories. I still haven't read the book yet or seen any concept art or trailers, so I really can't discuss this property any further. Next up is another hand-drawn animated film called Your Name or Kimi no no wa. Have you seen Voices of a Distant Star, The Garden of Words, or 5 centimeters per second? If not, then do it now, because the director of those films is directing this one. Being billed as a story of miracles and love, the film is about 2 Japanese youths who discover each other through their dreams. While Shinkai's protagonists are usually kids, the films themselves typically aren't for kids. If you're under 13 years old, then you probably shouldn't see this film, but if you're 14 and above, and especially if you're an adult, then you definitely should watch his films. Next, Cinderella the Cat. It's an adult CGI adaptation of the Cinderella fairy tale. It takes place in Italy and is based off of a 1976 opera. While it is CGI, it's a different kind. It's more like the style you would see in Rooster Teeth's Ruby series or you would see in some video games than something that you would see in Disney, DreamWorks, Illumination, or Blue Sky, something that they would make. Interesting source material and a different CGI art style is the reason why this is on the list. Next is Doofus Book 1 Julep. This is going to be a hand-drawn / CGI hybrid based off of a Flash RPG video game. I only know of this because I used to see ads for the video game years ago in video game magazines. Considering how obscure a product this is to the general public, it'll be interesting to see if this is even released theatrically or will it be straight to video or video on demand. The story follows a group of friends as they try to defend their city from an angry witch, which sounds fun enough, so I'll check it out if it ever gets released theatrically or even if it gets released onto video. The next film is Sly Cooper, and it's a CGI animated film. It's based on the video games of the same name. Based on its synopsis, it appears the film is adapting the first game. In that game, Sly is the latest in the long line of super thieves, and just as his father is about to give him the family treasure, a gang of thugs break in and kill his father and steal the treasure. Sly is then sent to an orphanage and he meets his lifelong friends and future partners. When they grow up, they then plan a heist to get back the Cooper legacy. If the film is anything like the game, then this could be one of the best, most entertaining films of the year. The game had action, romance, and a great sense of humor. It also had awesome character, creature, and set design. The only negative I have before even seeing the film is that it's CGI, but as I said earlier, 2D is dead, so on the bright side, from what I've seen of the film, it does look good and the characters do seem to be fully realized so far. Oh, one last thing about this film. Unlike other animated films where for some reason they use star live action actors, it seems the cast from the video game will be voicing this film as well, so huzzah! And so that's my list, and this is just the tip of the iceberg of the number of animated films set to come out. I do find it sad, however, of the number of CGI animated films that are coming out, not just by US film studios, but in other countries as well. With CGI encroaching onto other countries, we could be only 5 years away before 2D and stop motion animation isn't being used altogether. What's worse, from what I've seen, a lot of the CGI is average, but it's cheap, so yeah. And is 2D animation really that expensive anymore? It's done on computers now, so it really shouldn't be. Well, I don't want this to turn into a rant. I'll do that in another video, so I'll leave on this note. And until my next video, goodbye.